Hola Seekers, this is Kim and bienvenidos to a Pick a Card. So I am aware we are already a few days into the month, but I was really called to do a relationship reading for May. Now, disclaimer, this is not exclusive to romantic relationships. I will be tapping into the energy of 3 different relationship dynamics. So the relationship with self, your platonic or general relationships, as well as romantic. So we are going to get a little information on what we can expect in terms to each of these, as well as possibly get some advice or guidance from Spirit. I will also be using the pendulum to ask Spirit which of these relationship dynamics will be highlighted for us in the month of May. And then we are going to find out with who. Okay, so as always, I will be using El Tarot as well as some Oracle cards, and I will be shuffling some of the decks on camera for you guys. And I know not a lot of people watch the introduction, but if you are still here, I hope you are all safe and well. I know we have been going through a lot of tough times, and for some of us it's not getting easier at this moment, because I am aware what is happening in India at this moment. And if there is any reading topics that you guys would like for me to do to help you out at this moment, I will be honest, there are some topics I am not very comfortable with tapping into, such as health or anything to do with politics, government, and such. But if there's anything that might help you in your personal journey at this moment in your personal life, then please do let me know in the comment section. I know it is not much, but I do hope that some of these readings might help bring some comfort or inspire a sense of hope for the future, because there are better days coming. I know that there are. So let me know how I can be of assistance to you in terms to these general readings. Okay, but now let's get to choosing your group. So we have 3 groups to choose from. We have the Amethyst over here, which represents group 1. We have the Pyrite over here, which represents group 2. And we have the clear quartz with green tourmaline, which represents group 3. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So as always, pause the video if you need to, take as much time as necessary, and whatever crystal here calls out to you, then that will be your group. Okay, so now that you've chosen, let's jump into your reading. Let's go. Hola Seekers who chose the Amethyst. If you happen to skip the intro, yes, I am aware we are already a few days into the month, but I really wanted to do a relationship reading. Now, disclaimer, this reading is not exclusive to romantic relationships. I am going to be tapping into the energy of 3 different relationship dynamics. So your relationship with self, your platonic or general relationships, as well as romantic. So we'll just see what we can expect in terms to these for the month of May, as well as possibly get some guidance from Spirit. And at the very end, with the assistance of the pendulum, I am going to ask Spirit to let us know which of these relationship dynamics will be highlighted this month. And with the help of this oracle deck, we are going to find out with who. Okay? Oh, and I am going to be shuffling some of these decks on camera for you guys. But now let's get into your reading. So I actually did receive a few messages from solely connecting with the energy of this group. And the first 2 messages I received were, I am the champion, I am the wind. And I also heard a song, I believe it's titled Free Falling. I'm not sure by who it is or who sings it, so I will be looking that up later and placing the name of the artist here in the video for you guys, just in case if you want to look it up, listen to the song, or read the lyrics. Maybe there's a message for you there. But compiling all of these messages, I'm getting this vibe of breaking free or having broken free from something. It feels very much like a free-spirited energy, because I was sensing this push and pull, and it was reminding me very much of the sea or the ocean, and I associate this energy with going with the flow. But like in terms to relationship, it feels like you push, I pull, you push, I pull. It's like working together. It also is reminding me of like attracting something to you, sending out your energy and then receiving what you send out. So this can be in terms of like manifesting or receiving in equal amounts what you send out or what you give. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, now I'm going to move into the cards. So the first card is to give us information in terms to the relationship with self. And this card is to give us the overall energy. So we have 10 of Bows, responsibility. And I actually intended to shuffle the clarifiers on camera for you guys, but I got too excited and carried away, so I pre-shuffled them. So to clarify this card, we have, the Six of Cups, number 3, the House. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, so the 10 of Bows speaks about having a lot of responsibilities, having a lot on your plate, possibly being overloaded or burnt out, a bit stressed. But this is also an energy of perseverance, as well as dedication. Whenever I see the 10 of Bows, it reminds me of someone who has gone through a lot. And since this is in terms to relationship with self, this might be in terms to your own personal journey. It might be in terms to a healing journey or even like a spiritual journey. And I feel like all Spirit wants to do right now is to acknowledge all that you have gone through and to acknowledge the many obstacles you have overcome and also how you have overcome them with grace. I know that throughout our journey, when we face obstacles or when things feel very dark or heavy for us, we tend to fall into despair or become anxious or angry. And I find that to be a bit normal. We are all human. Yes, we are spirit living a human experience, but at the end of the day, in this reality, we are still human. So all of that is absolutely normal, but I am getting a very patient and graceful energy coming from this card. So I feel like there was a lot of moments in which possibly you wanted to call quits or throw in the towel, as they say, but just when you were about to give up, you held your head up high and you said no. And without another single complaint, you kept moving forward. And we're not sure if you have yet acknowledged your strength, your courage, and the way that you handle things. The fact that you kept pushing through, not only because of a stubbornness, but because of a determination and dedication to your own growth and to your own journey. And I keep being pulled to this fire here, and it's reminding me of a goal. You guys feel like you're very goal orientated, and I am getting a bit of a perfectionist tendency going on here. So Spirit does want to let you know that if you tend to be a little hard on yourselves, or you expect too much of yourself, we understand that this expectation might come from a place of knowing that you are capable of great and amazing things. And we acknowledge that. That is completely and utterly true. You guys are capable of so much. But even though that's a fact, remember to still be compassionate with yourself, to not be so hard on yourself, because, hey, you are trying your very best. All the time, you are trying your very, very best. And that should be acknowledged. That should be applauded every once in a while. It's okay to give yourself a pat in the back and tell yourself you did well. No matter the results, you did well, because damn right you did. You did amazing. You have done a very good job. So in the month of May, I am still seeing this tendency to possibly be a little hard on yourself. Be it in terms to personal achievements, be it in terms to a healing journey, maybe work, school, maybe even to like a fitness or health journey, whatever it may be. I feel like at times you might set a lot of goals for yourself or maybe take a lot on your plate, because I feel like it tends to happen at the start of the year. We have all of these, what do you call them, resolutions or goals, and We set these really high expectations, and as the year goes by, shit happens, and then we don't get to realize all of our goals, and we tend to feel disappointed by the end of the year, so much so that we don't acknowledge the things we did accomplish or the growth that we have done. And I feel like that tends to happen also at the beginning of every month. And so it's okay, set your goals, set your standards, but don't set... Okay, disclaimer. Personally, I find standards and expectations to be two very different things. I feel like we use them interchangeably and sometimes we get confused. And when someone tells you to not have such high expectations, I don't feel it's the same thing as having high standards. So I'm not saying lower your standards, I feel like standards help us place our boundaries and help us with setting our goals, and they're very much a representation of our core values. And I would never tell you guys to let go of that, because that's representing a lot of who you are. So it's okay to have your standards. It's just that expectations at times can lead to this idea of perfectionism that can be very harmful and detrimental. And so this is about realizing what are your standards and what are your expectations. Because I'm seeing this very clear, well, it's not clear-cut path, but there's no other way out, right? It's only this path here. Oh, when we're so tunnel visioned, that was what I was looking for. Yes, it can help us in achieving our goals, but sometimes we just get so lost in working for our goals and getting where we feel we should be that I feel at times we kind of forget what our goal was in the first place, and then we're just working to work. We get so lost in it that at the end of the day we're putting all of these effort, but we kind of forgot why we were doing this in the first place. And also I feel like when we have really high expectations, when something doesn't go according to our expectations, then that's when we can feel very down, very discouraged, and we can start reprimanding ourselves or feeling incapable or unworthy in some way. But just because something doesn't go how we expected doesn't mean that it's a failure. It just means that there's possibly another way to go about this situation. So with this Six of Cups here, the Six of Cups reminds me of a very childlike energy, very playful, very innocent, very pure and warm-hearted. And we do have the house here, and we have the number 3. The number 3, I find it to be a number of creation and creativity. I also associate it with the connection between the mind, the body, and the soul. So that for me represents alignment. And with this house here, I'm getting again this very warm energy, family, a space in which you feel safe and secure. Or this can just be representing a safe space. So if it's not a physical space, it can be a safe space you created in your mind where you yourself can feel more relaxed, more connected with that inner child, and more free to be that, to exude that playful energy. So we do have this very heavy energy here, and then we have this very lighthearted energy here. So I am seeing that possibly you guys already have set a lot of goals for yourself, or like we mentioned before, expectations, and you're expecting yourself to achieve all of these goals. And we're not saying that you won't. It's just that if it happens that some hurdles come along in the month of May, or things don't go out as planned, please don't be so harsh on yourself. Like I mentioned already, shit happens and it's not your fault, okay? And sometimes things are delayed because they're not, meant to unfold at this moment. Maybe there's a better, perfect timing for it in which it will be much easier, things will be less stressful, and it will just happen more beautifully for you guys. Be a little bit more compassionate with yourself. Remember that we all hold this child-like essence still within us, and when we are harsh with ourselves, we are reprimanding that child, because this child also wants your attention, wants to be loved by you and be accepted by you. And so when you try hard, this child is also trying very, very hard. So keep that in mind. Be loving to this child, be loving to yourself, because you deserve that, and you deserve the acknowledgement of all of your efforts. And so with this, I feel like Spirit is only recommending for you to not put so much responsibility on yourself, not give yourself so much work to the point that you know you're going to be burnt out. Give yourself space to be playful. Give yourself space to be with your family, to be with your loved ones, to feel relaxed at home. Maybe give yourself space to create or be creative and imaginative. I just feel like let yourself be free. Let your mind be free. Imagine, play. Look at the world with childlike wonder, even if it is for 5 minutes. Allow yourself that break mentally as well. And if you happen to have children or younger siblings, then spend some time with them as well, because they will invite you into this world of theirs where it is free and imaginative and beautiful, and there is no need to prove yourself here because who you are is enough, okay? And really quickly, the 10 does denote a closing of a cycle or of endings. And when the 10 of bows comes out, that to me represents that this cycle of struggle, of needing to push through or work very hard is ending very, very soon. And it's not because it's just, a cycle that is magically ending out of nowhere. This is a journey that you have gone through for quite a while. This is something that you guys have worked through for a while. So this is acknowledging all of the work that you have gone through and acknowledging the fact that this hasn't been an easy journey. And now it's the time to enter into this more relaxed, playful, and childlike energy because you guys deserve it. And it's not because you put in all of this work that you deserve it. It's like you've always been deserving of this. But now you are going to realize it. Okay, but now I'm going to look at the relationship, your platonic or general relationships. Ooh, and we have the Ace of Arrows, the Breath of Life. This is the Ace of Swords in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. And to clarify, we have this card, which is the Seven of Pentacles, number 38, the Flames. And this one fell out in horizontal, and I do take cards when they fall out in this direction because for me they either represent a stagnant energy or blockage, or they can represent the foundation in which the overall energy is grounded on. And actually, I'm seeing this as a foundation because we do have this Ace of Swords. And the energy here is of intention, of manifestation. We have this eye here, and I see it as the third eye opening. I see it as clarity, as vision. And then we do have the arrow. Now, arrow is connected with the element of air, and the element of air is associated with the mental realm, with communication, as well as truth. But in this specific deck, I see the arrow as intention. So we see the arrow is flying upwards. So I see you guys setting intentions, manifesting. I feel like communication will also be very important here because that's what I'm getting here. It's reminding me like of smoke signals. And actually, I'm getting like telepathy, like telepathic communication. If you practice some form of like spirituality or you're practicing divination and you're exercising some of your psychic abilities, and if you have some friends who also are into all of this, then I actually see you guys like working together or like exercising together. So I don't know, I just got this like visual of trying out like to like actively telepathically communicate with like one of your friends, or maybe try visiting each other in each other's dreams, or trying visualizations, maybe reading cards for each other. But I'm seeing a lot of like clairvoyance, so in terms to like visualization or like a communication. So that might be something that you will delve into with your group of friends, maybe family members as well. But I do feel like communication will be very important and will also be very like you will have a good communication with your general platonic relationships. And I feel like you guys will be very truthful. Truthful with your family, truthful with your friends, or just your general relationships. Now we do have the Seven of Pentacles here, and the Seven of Pentacles is an energy of working hard. It's finally seeing the fruition of your work, your dedication. It's finally seeing the flourishing of the seeds that you have planted. And we do have fire here, and that reminds me again of creativity and passion. It might be the case that you have been working very hard on your platonic relationships, be it your friendships, be it in terms to your family. Maybe you have had some very important conversations, or you will be having them in May. And these conversations might not come very easy, because I feel the Ace of Arrows does talk about truths, about revelations, and sometimes these truths are not the easiest to deliver or to receive. And so some of these might be a bit uncomfortable. Some of them might take a lot of courage to speak them, but you will be finding that courage. Like if you haven't had these conversations yet, then I do feel like they will be had in May, but these conversations will help strengthen the connections and the relationships, will help them also move along or escalate. So maybe you have some acquaintances who have the potential to become friends, and by having this very intimate conversations, then you form a deeper bond with these people. I'm seeing sort of like a test, like you open your heart to somebody or reveal something very intimate to someone, and they're not judgmental, they receive it well, or they're there as support, they listen, and you find, hey, these are people that I can rely on. These are people that I actually want to invest my energy in to continue building a stronger and solid relationship with them, because I am seeing passion here, and it's not passion in terms of like romantic wise, but it's passion in terms to like excitement for the future, for the potential of these relationships. So I am seeing growth here. It feels like the beginning of something, but there is potential for beautiful growth here, for beautiful relationships to blossom, for long-lasting friendships. Also, I feel like if it's in terms to like family and there's been some strain again, I feel like these conversations here, or you speaking your truth, will help maybe make amends in some way, or maybe will help give clarity to others in regards to maybe what you've been going through. Because again, I feel like you guys have hidden a lot of maybe your pains or your struggles, because again, I feel like sometimes you might be a little too hard on yourselves and you don't want to be a burden to others, so you keep a lot of what you're going through in silence, and maybe in May you will finally, how we mentioned here, find a safe space in your family or with loved ones, and you will be able to finally release all that you have been holding on to, all that has been weighing heavy on you, and you will find that you won't be judged. You will find that there are people around you who genuinely love you and who's just been trying to find clarity, trying to know more of your truth in order to help you. And sometimes, the only way that we can be helped is if we ask for help, or if we open ourselves to it. And I'm actually seeing you guys opening yourself to receiving. So I also feel like this will be very helpful. I'm getting like helpful to your family or helpful to your friends, because I feel like they themselves have been holding their breath. Maybe silently they've been trying to find ways to connect more with you, or maybe to help you out in some way, because maybe they've seen that you struggle in silence, but they haven't known how to approach you. Or maybe when they have approached you, you haven't, let them know about what you're going through. And finally, you will be giving some information that will help them feel a little bit more relief, because you're opening up now, and again, they can help you, or they can find ways to help you out. Oh, see what it says here? Flames on the hearth indicate good fortune and neutralize the evil. Yeah. So yeah, actually fire is the perfect element to clear out any heavy or negative energies. So I am seeing a clearing out here, and I feel like it has a lot to do with communication, with speaking your truth. So some of this might actually be maybe you speaking the truth will help you realize who has good intentions for you, or who truly has your back, and that will help you maybe finalize or make a decision whether you want to, continue this relationship or this connection, or maybe it's time to let go of it. Because I am seeing finding clarity here, finding truth, or seeing the truth. Okay, and then we do have 8 and 3. You add them up and that's 11, and this is a number of manifestation. If you have been manifesting like solid friendships or solid family, I feel that that's what you are working on at this moment. Or maybe if you have been manifesting some form of clarity or truth in terms to your platonic relationships, then that is coming for you in the month of May. Okay, but remember, communication is important. Through communication comes the revelation. Okay, but now we're going to look at romantic relationships. Ooh, and we have the Queen of Stones, the bear, which is the Queen of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And to clarify, we have the 10 of Cups, number 7, the bouquet. So this card actually fell out in horizontal, same as this card. And again, I am seeing it. I am seeing it as foundation, but also a bit, I wouldn't say stagnant, but it almost feels like it hasn't come into play yet. Like I'm seeing this in terms to a wheel, like it's at this point, but soon we will see it upright. Because the Queen of Stones, well, no. This card, the bear, reminds me a lot of awakenings, because we know that bears hibernate, right? But this bear here, she's peeking out of her cave, and we see that the sun is rising over here. So I'm seeing this as a new day, as an awakening, as you seeing something in the horizon that interests you, that calls your attention. Now this might be maybe a resurgence for love and passion, or a resurgence for of interest in terms to romantic relationships, because the Queen of Pentacles, she can be very again, goal orientated, but she can become very focused in terms to her finances, to work, because it is pentacle energy, which is connected with earth, and that is associated with like the material plane. So maybe this time, because we do have responsibility here, all this time you've been working very hard on your finances, on your career, possibly on your studies, working very hard on bettering yourself, or as we mentioned, on your personal growth. And all this time you've kind of been in this cave. Now I know we have a queen here, and this has nothing to do with genders. It's just an energy. It's denoting feminine energy here. This might even be you working very hard on like your family, or dedicating all of your time on your family, because this might even represent taking the responsibility of others, so much so that you haven't focused so much on yourself, or giving yourself like that free time or that self-care. So if that is the case, I see you guys kind of like releasing yourself from this responsibility in a way. It's like you kind of snap out of it, because remember I was talking about we can get lost in the work, that we kind of forget the goal or the reason why we're working, and it's kind of being hypnotized in a way, and there's something that kind of snaps you out of it, and then you finally realize that, hey, look, there's a whole world out there, and you get intrigued by the light that is at the end of this cave, and you look outwards and you see something that intrigues you. And then we have this 10 of Cups here, and the 10 of Cups denotes emotional fulfillment. It's your wish fulfillments and more. The 10 of Cups speaks about the happy family life. It speaks about gatherings, harmony. This is like also like a happy marriage, and we do have the bouquet here. So for those of you who are single and you've been dedicated solely on your work, on your career, and you kind of put this mentality of relationships, of romantic relationships, or possibly even marriage, if that's something that interested you before, on the back burner, I feel like in the month of May, or like in the closet, I feel that in the month of May you will be pulling this out of the closet. Like this passion or this interest for romantic love, or possibly this interest for marriage, might resurface this month. And it might be because you might find somebody in the month of May who, helps you or inspires this passion in you. And we do have fire here, so I'm seeing like the spark of something, reigniting something. So there might be a potential someone who might interest you this month and might inspire you to start again visualizing a future with someone. And if you are already in a committed relationship, this might be that you have been so caught up in work or so caught up tending to others that maybe you haven't given so much attention to your romantic relationship or to your partner, or there has been some like dwindling of passion in your relationship. And if that is the case, I do see again like it's like all of a sudden you're working very hard on this and then something snaps out of you. It's like maybe your partner calls your name and then you turn around to see them and you're like, oh, you've been there all along. And finally you look at them in like a new light and you're like, right? And there's like this resurgence of passion and it's like you want to spend more time with them. I'm also seeing the Ten of Cups in the bouquet as a sense of gratitude, feeling grateful for your relationship, feeling love for your partner and the love being reciprocated. But as I mentioned, I'm seeing this more like an awakening, like possibly becoming more focused on your romantic relationship or feeling the need to become a little bit more attentive in terms to your romantic relationships, or again feeling this resurgence of passion for romance I'm seeing for you guys in the month of May. And we do have the number 7 showing up here twice, so 7 might be a significant number for you guys, but usually I see number 7 as a number of luck and abundance. And since we are talking about relationships here, this is abundance in terms to your relationships, in terms to emotional fulfillment. But since I am getting a lot of like a working energy, I do see like abundance in terms to your finances. So it might be the case that your hard work, like I already mentioned, will finally be paying off and you will catch a break. And so now you can spend more time with your loved ones. And I feel like this also represents like your partner will be offering you this 10 of Cups, will be offering you this bouquet, will help you kind of, get you out of this working zone. If you feel like you're like a workaholic and you kind of like, you get really focused into your work, that you forget to eat or you forget anything else, I see your partner, like gently pulling you out of this zone and telling you, hey, take care of yourself, have fun, spend more time with us, with your loved ones. We want to be with you. We want to share our love with you. And they will just remind you that you guys are very loved, very much appreciated, because they love you. They love you dearly, and they see how hard you work and how much you love them. So that's what I'm seeing here. But now I'm going to ask Spirit to point out. So first of all, Spirit, can you show us what a yes looks like, please? Okay, as you can see, a yes is circular motion. Spirit, can you show us what a no looks like? As you can see, a no is a side-to-side motion. Okay, now Spirit, can you show us which of these relationship dynamics will be highlighted this month of May? Okay, so this is a no. Okay. This is a yes. Okay, so we got a yes in terms to platonic or general relationships. Yes, I feel like this will be highlighted because a lot of truth will be revealed. I feel like there will be a breakthrough in terms to communication or clear communication. And that will allow for progress. That will allow for growth in terms to these relationships. Also will give you clarity in which relationships you want to continue working on and maybe which ones you want to cut away with. So now we are going to see Spirit. So in terms to platonic relationships, who is the person that this relationship will be highlighted with? So we have the bat here. So I am going to give a description of the energy here or a personality, and maybe this will help you find out who is the person involved in this relationship that will be highlighted in the month of May. So with this bat being covered by its own wings, I'm seeing a person who possibly suppresses a lot of their own emotions. I see a lot of brown here that gives me like a bit of a mucky energy. So this person might be going through their own internal turmoils at this moment, through some difficult times of their own, be it externally or intrinsically. And I feel like there might be a lot of fears and insecurities coming from this person, fears of being judged, fears of being misunderstood. I'm getting a lot of energy of being misunderstood. And also there might be some difficulties in knowing how to express their emotions. And so it might be the case that before they tried to express themselves, but again, they were misunderstood and then judged for it. And so they prefer now to just keep quiet. And so this person might come off as a bit cold, or maybe as someone who's not very interested, who's not very active, like socially, like not very involved. But I don't feel it's that they don't care. It's just that they just don't know how to show it. And also I feel like they have a lot. I feel like it's very similar to this 10 of Wands. They have a lot on their plate. And I feel like most of it has to do in terms to like internally, like maybe they're going through some stuff emotionally, mentally. And you know, when we're in that space, sometimes we're not available, because I'm getting being in hermit mode here. So like we need to like give more of that space to ourselves. This person might, I don't want to like, now I feel guilty for like trying to speak of someone who is not receiving a reading. It feels like I feel like I'm invading their space. So actually, yeah, I feel like I'm invading their space for some reason. I feel like their space needs to be respected at this moment, is the energy I'm getting. And yeah, just know that they're going through some stuff at this moment. And what's that phrase? There is more than meets the eye. So possibly maybe you opening up to this person, asking them how you feel about the situation, or maybe you opening up to them will help them open up to you, because I feel like it's their right to open up when they want to. And so possibly you will help give space to this person. And if they do decide to open up to you, I feel like there will be this beautiful dynamic, because I feel you two will share a lot in common and maybe help each other out. Them opening up will also give you a safe space to open up. Or be vulnerable, because I feel like that's possibly something that you also struggle with. Okay, so I will give them their space, but I will read what's in back here. Bat, matrix of self. Like bat, so much of our being resides in darkness. Iterations and alterations of ourselves sit in silence. Pushed aside by lighter energies, these aspects of self wait patiently, suspended in time. As Bat awakens and her journey begins, we too explore the twilight. With neutrality, new vibrations unfold. With intention and insight, Bat brings our life's work to us, revealing hidden gifts. She encourages us to trust our senses and embrace the shadows and the darkness. Light does exist, yeah. I also feel like this person is very empathic. So the reason why they shield themselves sometimes is because they can feel other people's energies. They're very sensitive to their surroundings and the people who surround them. Okay, but yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was of some help. Please let me know if it was, if you're interested in me doing this type of relationship reading for every month. If you are called to it, then please leave a like or a comment or subscribe to the channel, or share this video with someone who you feel might resonate with it or be of help to them. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website is found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are all safe and well, and that you are keeping safe. And yeah, until the next moment, bye bye. Hola seekers who chose the pyrite crystal. Just in case if you happen to skip the intro, yes, I am aware that we are a few days into the month, but I really wanted to do a relationship reading for May. Now, disclaimer, this reading is not exclusive to romantic relationships. I am going to be tapping into the energy of 3 different relationship dynamics. So your relationship with self, your platonic or general relationships, as well as romantic. So we are going to see what we can expect for the month of May in terms to these, as well as get some guidance from Spirit if necessary. And at the very end, with the assistance of this pendulum, I am going to ask Spirit to let us know which of these relationship dynamics will be highlighted this month. And then with the help of this oracle deck, we will find out with who, okay? So I am going to be shuffling some of these decks on camera for you guys. Okay, but now let's get into your reading. So I did actually receive some messages from solely connecting with the energy of this group. And those messages were, we will prevail and will work through this. I also felt energy at the center of my forehead, and I relate this specific spot with the third eye chakra. And I feel that is Spirit's way of letting us know to focus. And I actually did receive the message, you will know. And we are right here. So if it happens to be the case that you feel you need some information or you need some guidance in the month of May, especially in terms to relationships, please know that Spirit is here with you, be it your angels, guides, ancestors, your higher self, or God or universe, whoever you resonate with, and they will be guiding you through this. And do not worry, because I feel like you guys will know exactly how to handle the situation and know exactly what to do from a space of grace and love, okay? Oh, and actually the pyrite crystal is known to be a stone of luck that helps attract abundance, wealth, and prosperity. Yeah, so all this is letting me know is that not only luck is on your side, but also Spirit and guidance is always with you. So all will be well, okay? So now we are going to move into the cards. So this first card here is to give us the overall energy in terms to your relationship with self. And we have the 4 of Arrows, rest. The 4 of Arrows is the 4 of Swords in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. And I'm actually going to pull out a clarifier, and this will be guidance or advice from Spirit, okay? So one card. The guidance from Spirit in terms to relationship with self in the month of May. Okay, they wanted for us to receive 2 cards, so I'll take them. So we have the King of Cups, number 24, hand in hand, and then we have the 9 of Wands, number 26, the Park. Ooh, interesting. Okay. This is quite interesting. So the 4 of Swords can signify a need for rest, a need for recuperation, introspection, and meditation. And this is because as of late, possibly you've been feeling a little overwhelmed or stressed or anxious, or there's been just a lot of overload mentally. Because arrows connects with the element of air, and air is all about communication, but also about thoughts, the mental realm. And as you can see in this specific card, we do have the arrows impaled in the earth. So I'm seeing grounding. And I feel that was kind of the intuitive message I was receiving with the pressure I felt in my third eye, because it felt like focus, but it also felt like recentering, bringing back your awareness to self. And if you tend to fall into these overthinking tendencies, which I feel a lot of us do, I myself am an overthinker, then I feel that in the month of May, Spirit really wants you to find peace within your mind. Finding a safe and sacred space, but within your mind, within your own thoughts. Because we do have this man here napping or sleeping, I do feel like in the month of May, you are going to be indulging more in self-care, allowing yourself the space to take naps when you need to. I know a lot of us tend to feel guilty for indulging in a little nap, but your body is super wise. It knows itself, and if it's asking for a break, it's because it's needed at this moment. Because it's sort of like a battery, like your phone, when it's running out of battery, it lets you know it needs to recharge. So I'm seeing this as recharging. And I also feel like it's possible that when you dream, you tend to like astral travel, or it's more easier for you to connect with your spirit guides or with your higher self. And again, if it is the case that in the month of May you find yourself overthinking a situation or overthinking because you feel like you don't have the answers to something and you're trying to figure out the solution or the best way to go about this, Spirit is telling you there's no need to overthink. Just give yourself a space to rest, possibly, set your mind free in a way. I know it's not easy to just like stop thinking. That's like the worst advice you can give to an overthinker. So that's why I feel like sleeping is very helpful, because when we sleep, like some of us don't have control over our dreams. We set our mind free. That's what I'm seeing here with the butterfly. And we're not resisting so much because we're not controlling our thoughts as much or resisting the thoughts that do come to the surface. And so Spirit is letting you know that to indulge in this in the month of May, again, like taking a rest, taking a nap, letting loose in this way, because that is how Spirit can come through and send messages to you. And so when you awake, you will find yourself a little bit more clear-headed, or with the clarity that you've been seeking, possibly even the answers or the solution or the reassurance. And for some of you, literally, it might be that you astral travel. If you tend to feel very tired when you awake, or your dreams are super vivid, that after you wake up, you don't feel very rested, then I do feel it's because you guys are journeying in your dream space and you're pretty active there. So Spirit is recommending for you to practice grounding, possibly practice some grounding meditations, because the Four of Arrows does speak about meditation. If that's something that has been calling to you, then Spirit is encouraging you to go ahead and try it out. Then I feel that will be very helpful to help you ground, just so you won't be traveling so much in your dream space, leaving your body and doing all these things that make you feel tired when you awake. So I am seeing indulging in self-care, being mindful of your body, of yourself, as well as your thoughts. Because we do have this King of Cups, the hand in hand. So the King of Cups actually represents someone, so a figure in your life. This can also be representing your energy, and I'm seeing it as both actually. So the King of Cups is someone who is highly emotionally mature, compassionate. It can be a female, but it doesn't have to be. This is just representing the energy. And this king often comes through as someone who is a guide, an advisor, someone who is highly sympathetic, empathetic, and wise. Especially in terms to emotions, because I feel that the King of Cups has a good balance between logic and emotions. So they can give really good advice. So it might be the case that some of you might even seek help or advice from a professional, so possibly a therapist. It might even be a healer, someone who helps you feel secure and safe, and who is not non-judgmental, because with this hand in hand, I am seeing a partnership, but it almost feels like a partnership in terms to helping one another. I feel like this is someone who will offer you a lending hand, or you will find great comfort in this person, and it does feel like a guide, someone who will help you get through something. Yeah, because we have the message here, hand in hand indicates confiding disposition. So I do feel like this is someone who you feel you can confide in, and again, who provides you this safe and sacred space, that safe and sacred space we were talking about over here, in order to release your thoughts, or put your thoughts down, or unravel your thoughts, so that you can finally find freedom. We do have the Nine of Wands here. Now the Nine of Wands does denote a energy of struggle, an energy of needing to keep pushing through. This can often also represent an energy of being guarded or wary. So usually the Nine of Wands represents an energy of expecting the worst because of past experiences. But I feel like because we do have the park here, and it's funny, the message says the park foretells new love. I feel like maybe this person that's coming in, if you don't feel like this person is already in your life, you might be a bit wary of opening up to them, or maybe you're a bit wary of finding someone that you can confide in or open up to, because you've had previous experiences in which possibly you did this and it didn't turn out that well, or maybe you're wary of believing there is someone out there who can understand you or can bring you the guidance or advice that you're seeking. I'm even getting like you might think that it will be difficult to open up or to find this like mental freedom. But I feel like when you finally give yourself this opportunity to try to open up to someone or to try finding that help or that guidance, if you haven't already, then you will realize that it's not as difficult as you painted it to be. Because this King of Cups almost feels like a spirit guide, but it might be the case that your spirit guides brought this person in to help you out. Or your spirit guides will help, will kind of advise this person or deliver the messages or the guidance that you seek through this person. And so it's sort of like working with your spirit guides on this physical realm, but it's through someone else. And remember that this person, their higher self are aware of this, so they're gladly assisting with helping you. They're gladly working with your spirit team or with your spirit guides to bring you this relief and this reassurance that you have been seeking. Now, we do have the number 6 here. When we add the 2 and 4, we have the number 6 here, and that reminds me of balance. And then we do have the number 2 here repeated twice, and again, that reminds me of balance and partnership and reciprocity. So I am seeing partnership here, finding someone that you can talk to, someone who can help you find mental clarity. And I'm also seeing as you connecting more with yourself, you being this King of Cups to yourself. And I'm seeing this as coming to agreement with your higher self or with yourself that, hey, I am going to take more care of myself in this month. I am going to give myself space to rest, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. I am going to be more aware of my mental health is what I'm getting here. And be a little bit more compassionate with myself as well. And realizing that the healing journey is not a linear one, and that what we perceive as setbacks are not setbacks, are part of that healing journey. And it's okay to go through them because we are going through a process here. Okay, so again, if you need the rest, please give yourself that rest. But now I'm going to move into your platonic or general relationships. Oh, and we have the 6 of Vessels, which is the 6 of Cups in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, and this is reunion. And I'm going to pull out a clarifier for platonic or general relationships. Wow, oh my God. That almost fell on top of the candle. Okay, and we have the Ace of Wands, number 31, the Roads. I see these as the crossroads, but okay. So because we do have reunion here, you might literally be reuniting with old friends. And because we do have the Ace of Wands here, aces always speak of new beginnings. And this one is associated with the element of fire. And fire is all about passion and creativity. And we do have it in reverse. So this might even be the case that you will be bumping into an ex or someone that maybe you had a crush on when you were younger, but you know, it never manifested into a romantic relationship. And that's why we have it here in the platonic or general relationship segment of this reading. The 6 of Cups is an energy of innocence, playfulness, of childhood memories. I also see this as companionship or camaradereship. So seeing all of these energies, it feels like for the month of May, Spirit really wants you to feel at home, at ease, wants you to feel relaxed. Because even if this is let's say an ex or an old fling, I'm not seeing like any resentment here. Maybe if I say an ex, you guys think of someone and immediately you feel like not such a good feeling in your tummy. But seeing the waters here, the spring pouring, it feels like this is an opportunity to release anything that you've suppressed in regards to this. So if there is anger, if there is sadness, or if there is resentment in any way, I see that this reunion or meeting is an opportunity to finally let go of that. And I do see you releasing all of these pent-up emotions in a very graceful and, I don't know why I got that word, but simplistic way. It's like there won't be much effort in regards to this. Possibly this is a person you have been wondering, what if, like maybe there could have been something more, and you've always questioned that, and maybe you regret it, maybe not letting your feelings be known or not taking that step forward. But when you see this person again, maybe you will have the opportunity to express your emotions or express how you felt about them in the past. But I see that you realize that you two are very different, or that you've grown to be very different people. And so you think, you know what? Maybe it didn't happen because it wasn't meant to be. Possibly if we did, we would have parted ways eventually. And so kind of this remorse or this regret, finally you are able to release it because you gain clarity over the situation. Yeah, I'm just seeing reuniting with people that maybe you parted ways at some point, because we do have the roads here, and you get to catch up with them, but you realize like, hey, we are all in different stages of our life and we had good memories together, and just because we were acquainted or we were friends at some point doesn't mean that we had to be together forever, because everyone is going through their own journey and everybody's going to evolve and grow at different paces or just differently. And so it's normal that you would have grown apart at some point. And I'm just seeing finding relief, finding reassurance in regards to this. I also feel like for your current friendships and relationships, you might be going down the memory lane with them. And I feel like this companionship or camaraderie will be strengthening for you guys in the month of May. I'm feeling more grateful for the friendships that you do have, for the people that are in your life, and maybe wanting to spend a little more time with them, or just being grateful to have them with you at this moment. And I'm also getting like becoming aware of what each relationship offers, becoming aware of the value of each relationship, how each one of them is different and precious in it and of itself. So I'm not seeing new relationships coming in or new friendships. It feels like old friendships resurfacing, or just, going down that memory lane and appreciating the friendships that you do have at this current moment, or even looking back on the journey of your relationship with these friends or with your family members, seeing all that you have gone through, all that you have evolved, possibly even the arguments or the obstacles that you face, that at that moment you thought that this was it, this is where the friendship or the relationship ends, but you pushed through, you persevered because you both wanted this relationship to work and you both cared for each other. And so you realize that if there is like an obstacle that arises in this month or in the future, you know that you will also be able to work through it because you have done so in the past. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the next cards, and actually 2 cards fell out for you guys, and this is in terms to romance. So let's see what we have. Ooh, we have the 6 of Bows, abundance, which is the 6 of Wands, and okay, we have the Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, you guys, this is pretty cool. Oh, yes, let me pull out a clarifier. So let's see what can Spirit tell us in terms to romantic relationships for group 2 for the month of May. Oh, wow, okay. And we have the 10 of Wands, number 35, the Tower. I know when the Tower comes out, people get a little scared, but this Tower is not a scary card, you guys. It just represents a very drastic and dramatic change. so drastic and so dramatic that it shakes our foundations. But it just denotes a change, a shift. And I do see this with the wheel here, because the Wheel of Fortune is all about changes. And see what we have here, 10 and 10. 10 denotes endings, its closures, and its conclusions. So I'm definitely seeing change and shifts going on here. And it is a positive shift because we have the Six of Bows. The Six of Bows, or the Six of Wands, it's about victory, triumph, celebration. And the intuitive message we did receive, we will prevail. And it felt like a very triumphant and champion-like energy. So as you can see here, we do have abundance. So I'm seeing you guys finally reaping your harvest, reaping your rewards. And when I always look at this card, it reminds me of a meeting place. And we do have the wheel here. And the wheel often talks about fate and destiny. But this is letting us know that even though fate and destiny has a part in our journey, not all of our journey is written in stone, right? So I feel like in the month of May, in terms to your romantic life, a shift will be occurring, a change. And this change was pre-planned. Like, this was something that you wanted it to happen in this lifetime for you. So when I think of fate and destiny, I usually see it as before we incarnated in this life, our higher self, our soul said, hey, in time, at this part of my journey, I want this to happen because I want to experience this. And so that's what we call fate and destiny, what we ourselves planned for ourselves, agreed to do. And so because I do see this card and it reminds me of a meeting place, this is reaching a point. You're finally reaching a point. And it's funny because we don't have any character here. So this feels very general, but very specific at the same time. So if you are single and you are looking for a relationship, or you're looking to date someone, or you have your eyes on someone, then I do see you meeting someone in the month of May. And okay, if it's not meeting someone, it's like you are being guided closer to meeting this person. Because it feels like maybe you're working through something. It feels like being led towards somewhere. And possibly it's not that you meet this person or unite with this person romantically in the month of May, but you are coming closer to that. I'm getting a lot of mixed messages here because we do have the King of Cups here. It might be the case that you find someone and it starts off as a friendship, but it doesn't evolve into a romantic relationship in the month of May. This is something that will happen further on into the future. So it might be the case that you do meet this King of Cups. And if you find this King of Cups to be a potential romantic suitor, it might be that you meet this King of Cups in the month of May, but this won't turn into a romantic relationship until way later. And I am seeing about a year or 6 to 10 months. I feel like that's when the dynamic of this relationship will turn into a romantic one. Because we do have the 10 of Wands here, and the 10 of Wands, it's a working energy. It's sort of like this 9 of Wands here. It's pushing through something. It's also an energy of having a lot on your plate, having a lot of responsibilities. And like I said, I do feel like at this moment you guys are working through something, and I feel like this person here, if it is this King of Cups, they are working with you on this. But with the Tower here, I feel like meeting this person causes a major shift in your life. It helps you in terms to your own like personal journey. Maybe, like I said, set your mind free, maybe remove a blockage. It's just this person who's coming in will create an impact in your life, and like I said, it is a positive impact. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, I do sense that this is about your relationship dynamic changing. So if you have been looking for commitment or a higher level of commitment with your partner, then I am seeing this occurring for you. It's like we're finally moving the wheel that has been stagnant for a long time. And with this 10 of Wands energy, it feels like you guys have been working very hard to obtain this shift, have been working very hard to get things moving. Like with the tower represents a tower falling. And it's sort of like you guys have been trying to actively make this tower fall, like push this tower because it's not working for you anymore. It's like it's something that's part of the old and you're looking to build new foundations with this person. And so I see finally that happening for you. And for those of you who are in a committed relationship, this is just reminding me of a breakthrough. Possibly there has been some stagnancy in your relationship, or I'm even getting this as like an anniversary. Like this can just be an anniversary, but it feels like more of an internal thing. Like maybe there is some breakthrough in terms to like spiritually. It feels like your relationship is evolving spiritually. But if it's the case that you have been in animosity with your partner as of late, or there's been a conversation that hasn't been had, or there's something on your mind that you have been worried about but you haven't been able to express, then I see you finally talking about this with your partner, and it creates a shift. I'm just getting like finally being able to breathe, like opening the windows. And maybe this is something that you were worried about how your partner will react to this, but you will find that, and I just got a ringing in my ear. So you will find that all is well. Like the worst was just you finding the courage to release this, to let this be known. Because after that, everything goes pretty easily. Like everything flows pretty easily. And I'm realizing now that we have a wheel here and we have a wheel here as well. So I'm definitely seeing changes and shifts for you guys. And for some of you, it's been a long time coming. So for some of you, I feel like you guys have been single for a pretty long time, possibly single all your life. And you've been wondering, hey, when is it going to meet my time? When am I going to meet my person? All of my friends have met their person. How about me? And universe is all like, hold up. You decided when you wanted to meet your person. Don't get too impatient because it's finally happening. The wheel is finally moving for you guys in the month of May. So just to clarify, oh my God, I know I talked a lot. Because it's so this one's so confusing, but like if you don't feel it's this King of Cups, this person that will be helping you out, then I do feel like for some of you, it's just you're getting closer to meeting your person. It feels very faded. It feels like a spiritual connection. And so sometimes I feel when it's in terms to spiritual connections, it just takes longer for some reason because it's two people playing a part here. So the two people, the two souls have to be considered in this. So it's possibly that you get exactly where you need to be, where you agreed to meet. And it might take this person a little while for them to get there. But you kind of already like set the fire going. It's like you guys kind of initiated for things to start moving in more quickly for you. So it almost feels like it's a matter of time before you finally get to meet this person. And actually, it might be the case that you might even meet in June. I don't know. I'm just getting like, it's possibly not in May that you meet them, but you're getting closer to it and it's almost instantaneous. Like in a few weeks or maybe in a month or so, you finally meet this person. And like I said, it might not evolve quickly into a romantic relationship. It might start off as a friendship, but I am seeing that this relationship is kind of fated and destined to become that romantic relationship. Yeah, and with this, I feel like this relationship will take some work. I feel like there's a reason why this took so long to manifest. It might be the case that you come from like two different worlds, or like your journeys are so different from each other that each one requires some time and dedication. And so to integrate these two journeys, it might take some work. But I am seeing like you two will make it through, and because you two decided to work through this together is what I'm getting here. Whew, okay. Okay, but now I'm going to use the pendulum to ask Spirit which of these relationships will be highlighted in the month of May. Oh, first of all, Spirit, can you show us what a yes looks like, please? Okay, a yes is a side-to-side motion. Spirit, can you show us what a no looks like? A no is a circular motion. Okay, that's different. Okay, so... Okay, so this is a no. Okay, so we had no's for these two and a yes for this one. And I feel like it's pretty obvious that this one will be highlighted because I feel like this is very important. Like I said, if this is the King of Cups that you are destined to embark on a romantic relationship with, like, the romance is not important in the month of May. What is important is your mental health, your mental well-being. It's for you finding that rest and that relief. So it's very important for you to take care of yourselves, look out for yourselves, and build a stronger relationship with self so that you can become more grounded in yourself, more safe and secure within your own body and within your own mind. Right? Because you are the one who is living with yourself 24/7. So we want you to feel comfortable in your own space, in your own being. Okay, so this is very important. And I'm just going to pull out one of these. We already know with who. It's with yourself. But just to get a little bit more information about the energy you will be exuding in the month of May. And we have the pig, and I freaking love this card because it's so damn cute. So the pig is a very playful energy. It's very childlike, very innocent. The pig sees the world through the eyes of wonder and through the eyes of love. It's just this amazing sense of kindness and compassion. Like, the pig is super compassionate. And I see this mostly as finding this compassion with yourself, becoming also your best friend, getting to like yourself, finding yourself likable and realizing that you are likable, you're so adorable, and you're worth it. I feel like telling you guys that you're worth it. You're amazing. Like, you're that light that brightens up a room, and you might not even realize it. Possibly you underestimate yourself a lot, but you make a whole lot of a difference. Especially I feel like you guys have like a beautiful smile, or just this very warm and radiant smile, and also your eyes. The expression in your eyes, the twinkle in your eyes. With all this brown here, I am seeing grounding as well, needing to ground, maybe needing to connect with nature. If you find a safe space in which there is grass, then possibly, taking a nap on the grass or meditating on earth. I feel like that will be very helpful. I feel like butterflies will also be very healing for you guys. Like, maybe whenever you're feeling down or doubting yourself, a butterfly passes through, and that is message from spirit that they are around, that they are here with you, and that all will be well and you're protected. And with the pink, I know pigs are naturally pink, but I'm also seeing a connection with that heart space, a reconnection with your purity, with your childlike essence. Don't deny this part of yourself because it's beautiful. Okay, you guys are beautiful. And the message here is prosperity, a darling of endearment. Yes, endearing. Pig loves companionship and has a strong inclination towards trust. His friendships are meaningful and his relationships bountiful. He is a well-known symbol of wealth and prosperity, yet warns us against succumbing to the elusive trappings of the material world. A reminder that packages can be misleading. Pig encourages us to take review of our lives. Spurning intemperance, he teaches us to consider and cherish each moment. Yeah, this is about cherishing each moment. And it's funny how we have abundance here, and that's pretty much what this stone represented. So I am seeing abundance in your relationships, feeling abundant in your relationships, as I mentioned here, appreciating the people that are in your life and the connections that you do have, because I feel like they're genuinely loving connections, and Spirit loves you so damn much that they are bringing in people that love you as much as Spirit does. Like, this is beautiful unconditional love. This is people who see you for who you are and who want to see you happy, who want to see you content, and want to work with you in helping you feel safe and secure. Okay? So this is so beautiful. I hope this brought some guidance and clarity. I hope it wasn't so confusing. I tend to ramble a lot, and it takes me a while to get the messages. Like, it slowly starts flowing in. But yeah, thank you so much for being patient with me and for sticking around to the very end of this reading. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, then please like or subscribe, or share this video if you are called to do so. This helps support my channel, and I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website is in the description box down below. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and until next moment, bye bye. Hola seekers who chose the white quartz with green tourmaline, yeah, welcome to your reading. So just in case you happen to skip the intro, yes, I am aware that we are already a few days into the month, but I really wanted to do a relationship reading for May. Now, disclaimer, this reading is not exclusive to romantic relationships. I will be tapping into the energy of your relationship with self, your platonic and general relationships, as well as romantic. So we will see what we can expect for the month of May in terms to these, and we will also get some guidance or advice from Spirit if needed. And at the very end, with the assistance of the pendulum over here, I will be asking Spirit to let us know which of these relationship dynamics will be highlighted in the month of May. And with the assistance of this oracle deck, we will find out with who, okay? And I apologize for featuring a band-aid in this video. I hope it's not too disturbing or distracting, and that's why I decided to wear a ring for this video, to hopefully pull your attention away from this mess over here. Okay, but now let's get into your reading. So I did receive quite a few messages from solely connecting with the energy of this group, and the messages were "we are here," as well as "listen" or "hear." I feel like Spirit is trying to deliver a message to you, is trying to let known something to you, but you are not very much paying attention. Possibly they are sending some signs, be it through synchronicities, be it through other people, like in conversation, or something that is repetitive or is being constantly said. I feel that there is some message in that. I also received resonance as well as at play, and I actually felt very dizzy. I kept feeling the energy spinning counterclockwise, and that for me represents clearing out or removing of energies that no longer serve you or are in resonance with you. The spinning might even represent your current energy at this moment. Maybe you've been feeling a bit dizzy, a bit confused in regards to a situation or just in general. But I do feel like there's a shift going on, and because this is a relationship, it might be in terms to your relationships. I feel things are changing and crucial information will be revealed to you. And remember that these changes are in your favor. They are to guide you and lead you to your highest path, or towards the outcome that is in more resonance with your highest self. Okay, but now we will move into the cards. Okay, so this first card over here is to give us the overall energy of your relationship with self. So we have, the Woodward, which is the Justice card in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. And I would like to pull out a clarifier. And these cards are also advice or guidance from Spirit. Okay, so let's see what advice or guidance Spirit has for... Oh my goodness. dangerous. Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups, number 21, the Stork. Actually, I feel like placing this one in horizontal. So when cards fall out in horizontal, it either represents a blockage in the energy, or that the energy is currently stagnant, or it can even represent the foundation in which the overall energy is grounded on. And in this situation, because it is the Seven of Cups, which represents illusions, a fantasy, or being faced with multiple choices or possibilities, I do feel that this is representing that dizzying energy I was getting at the beginning. It feels very much like confusion. So having this energy here in horizontal and then having the Justice card, I feel like from this energy sprouts justice. So it might be the case that you have been feeling very confused as of late. Maybe a bit lost in terms to your own personal journey. Maybe it's been the case that there has been multiple choices or opportunities that have been presented to you. It may be in terms to relationship, it may be in terms to work, whatever it may be, it has just brought a lot of confusion to you. And it might be the case that you have been up in your head trying to decide which of these choices is best suited for you, what decision to make. And because of this confusion, you haven't chosen as of yet. You haven't made a decision. But I feel in the month of May, you will be finally making a decision because we have the Justice card here. So justice represents truth. I also see it as revelation. It's also about bringing justice to a situation. And it's funny because this is the Seven of Cups, and as you can see here with the Woodward is actually holding a cup. So I see you finally making your decision, finally choosing. And you know, this choosing, this decision making didn't come easy because the Woodward does look like he went through quite a battle to finally hold his cup. I'm even seeing that this can be confusion in terms to self-identity. Like, you know, we all go through that identity crisis, who we are in life, what we want to be or who we want to become. This might even be confusion in terms to your own emotions in regards to a situation or just in general. And finally, you will be coming into a sense of balance, because that's what the Justice card also represents, balance, as well as integrity and honesty. So this can be something like redefining your personal values, redefining what you stand for, possibly even this is you letting go of old belief systems that no longer serving you, seeing what is more aligned with you at the present moment, and again, letting go of the cups that no longer serve you and taking with you the cups that do. Because with this Justice, with the Woodward, I get a lot of like energy of patience, but also he looks like he's ready for something. Like something is approaching him, or he's ready to set off on his own adventure. He's ready for the next chapter of his life. And so you guys seem like you have been preparing, possibly some of you have been going through shadow work. So that is seeing into our deepest fears, becoming aware of our doubts and insecurities, even questioning our old beliefs, seeing if they are beliefs that actually came from us or if they were placed on us by other people or by society. And then I am actually feeling like this shedding of, letting go, and then reinventing yourself. So this might have been a very like dark phase, because it can be very confusing. It can be a bit scary at times, but I feel like you guys have made it through the tunnel. Like you've made it to the other side and you have chosen the path that you want to take, is basically what I'm getting. And now you're ready to move forward. Now you're ready to face whatever, I'm getting like that, like face whatever life is ready to throw at you. Because this is very much like a warrior energy. And we do have, this is actually the Knight of Pentacles in this deck, and then we do have the Knight of Swords here as well. So with the Knight of Pentacles, I'm seeing potential potential opportunities. With the Knight of Swords being here, I'm seeing vision and clarity, having vision for a future, having plans for a future, or knowing what it is that you want for yourself, or knowing where it is that you're heading, and then having the stability, having the confidence to finally move forward. And I feel like with all of this, this is also about trusting in yourself more. This is about giving yourself value. And I also feel like respecting or placing your boundaries. The Woodward reminds me of someone who knows their worth. Someone who isn't going to take bullshit from anybody. Someone who's seen stuff and been through some stuff, and they know pretty much where they stand. And I feel like the Woodward is someone who is ready to give or offer their cup to someone else, but only to that which they deem worthy, who meets them at their level. They're not settling. The Woodward is not a settler. And so this might be in terms to relationship. If you are single or if you're looking for a partner, this is you reclaiming your power and saying, hey, I do want someone to partner up with, or share my life with, or share this rest of my adventure with, but I'm not just going to let just about anybody come in to my space. I will choose my partner. I will see and deem who is worthy of walking on this path alongside me. And the Woodward also sees through illusions. And that's why I feel we have this in horizontal, because you're not falling for illusions anymore. You are able to see behind hidden intentions, hidden agendas, and you are able to see beyond the lies or the facades. Because again, I feel like you guys have been through some stuff. Maybe you've been through several relationships that have taught you a lot of lessons. And it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic relationships. This can be friendships as well. This can be relationship with family members, even acquaintances or business partnerships. But all of these have taught you different lessons that have helped you grow and have helped you see things clear. But even though the Woodward looks so stern here, super stoic, I find the Woodward to be a hidden romantic. Like, they still believe in love. Like, they look like a hard shell, but in the inside they're soft. Because this is Libra energy, and I know Libras are super romantic, super daydreamy, and they ride or die for love is what I'm getting. And I'm getting the message, all that glitters is not gold. You know, this is, again, seeing beyond just the surface. So you by this point know already. So I'm seeing more trusting self and also self-respect. And being more aligned with your highest self and with your truest self, and bringing justice to yourself by choosing what you want to be part of your life and choosing the best for you. That's the best way to bring justice to self. Okay? So this is a very empowering energy. And with the number 11, I'm seeing manifestation here. This is someone who knows what they want and they go for it, or they call for it. Because I see the Woodward waiting for his manifestation, waiting for his person, waiting for his abundance. But this is not saying that the Woodward doesn't work, because we already know that the Woodward has gone through a whole lot, has worked to get to this point. But now he knows that it's time for him to receive his blessings. And with the number 7 here, that reminds me of abundance. Okay? But now I'm going to move into the other cards, which will let us know about your platonic or general relationships. And we have the 8 of Bows, the Hearthfire, which is the 8 of Wands in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. I don't know why, but I always imagine all these people as like spirit guides, so like your spirit team. So I find it pretty cute. Okay, but now I'm going to pull out a clarifier to see what message, what guidance or advice Spirit has for you in terms to your platonic or general relationships. Oh my goodness, why so forceful, Spirit? Okay, we have the Knight of Swords, number 52, the Shepherd. Okay, I don't know how you pronounce that. Yes, because sword is connected with the element of air, which is all about communication and the mental realm. And then the 8 of Bows in this day and age does is associated with communication, but through the internet, like online or through like social media, I am seeing a lot of communication going on in your platonic relationships, especially because we have this gathering here. But as you can see, we have this fire, or this campfire or the hearth fire in the middle, and it's kind of, I'm seeing like a separation, a division here. So it might be the case that you will be communicating with the majority of your friendship, with the majority of your friends or maybe family members online. I'm not seeing a lot of like physical union or like physical contact or communication, but I do see you connecting with them. Because we do have the shepherd here, I do get this energy of travel. So it might be the case that maybe during a certain time in May, you will get the opportunity to travel or visit some of these friends, family members, and get to see them in person. But again, I'm mostly seeing communication through online. I'm getting a bit of a warning here. Like, sometimes it's easier to get carried away when we're like texting because we just get so caught up in the moment that whatever thought comes to mind, we simply just send it out without thinking twice. And because the Knight of Swords can be a bit impulsive or very blunt or direct, I feel like your spirit is just encouraging you, like, yes, keep expressing yourself, keep speaking your truth. That is totally okay. But also remember that everyone has feelings and everyone deserves respect. And that, yes, your opinions matter, but just be careful in the way that you deliver them. Because again, everyone has feelings and everyone deserves respect. And sometimes the way we phrase things, especially through text or email, because we're not verbally communicating, we're not using gestures, it's easier for there to be misinterpretation. And also that might be you on the receiving end, right? In which you get a message that feels a little off, and we might take it the wrong way, and we're assuming that it means something that actually doesn't. So just keep in mind to have that clear communication. If you need clarification, don't hesitate to ask for it, is also what I'm getting here. And again, just be mindful of your words, be mindful of what you're choosing also to communicate and who you're choosing to communicate it with. Because I'm almost getting this message that not everyone needs to know everything, because this is also in regards to general relationships. I keep thinking of the word acquaintances. So this might actually be in terms to social media, publicizing your life on Instagram or TikTok or wherever it may be. And we know that there's so many people, there are so many acquaintances that see our stories or see our posts, and maybe not all of them, are very close to us, or not all of them, it's not that they don't wish the best for us, just that, remember that energy is transmitted. It can be transmitted online. You sharing an image, you sharing your thoughts, a post, something that you created is you sharing your energy, and then someone replying to it, someone seeing it, is them sharing their energy with you. So just be mindful of what you choose to publicize and who you choose to share it with, because again, not everyone needs to know what is going on in your personal life, because possibly not everyone has like the best intentions, or even if it's not that, like unawarely, they might just not be in the best space to just be receiving these joyful news, or you get what I mean, right? So yeah, just be mindful. Because with this cup, it's like someone liking your post, but like deep inside they're a bit envious or jealous or something like that. So yeah, just, it's nice to have some things to yourself and enjoy those moments with the ones that are around you, with your loved ones. With this shepherd here, I keep thinking of keeping the peace. It's reminding me of very serene and calm energy, taking things slow, which is kind of reminding me of we were talking about being mindful of your words. Also, if just being mindful. I know some of us get the urge to just like post everything or share everything, and just taking it slow. You don't need to also know what someone else is up to. You don't need to keep updated in everyone's own journey or life. Sometimes it's useful and helpful to disconnect. Just knowing that you're wishing them well, and you're reaching out to them every once in a while to know how they're doing. That's okay. Like, you don't have to be constantly up to date. So you don't need to stress about that, okay? Because I'm getting like a more serene energy here, like, yes, interacting with others, but also finding space to connect with self, to connect with those who are closest to you, not spreading yourself out too thin is what I'm getting here. Okay, but now I'm going to move into your romantic relationship. And actually 2 cards fell out for you guys, so we'll see what we have. We have the King of Bows, the Adder, which is the King of Wands. And we have the Queen of Arrows, which is the Queen of Swords, and it's the Swan. Okay, so we have 2 very strong characters here, or strong personalities. And now I'm going to pull out a clarifier. Let's see what advice. Okay, that one came out fast. So we have the Knight of Cups, number 22, the book. Okay, now please don't get so caught up in the genders, because I know we have a king and a queen. This is simply representing the energy. The energy sometimes comes off as masculine, sometimes as feminine, but it has nothing to do with gender. I say this because we do have the Knight of Cups, and there's a lot of like character showing up here, but the Knight of Cups does represent a romantic proposal or romantic offer or invitation. The Knight of Cups exudes a very romantic energy, very charming, very attractive. And I do notice we have the number 22, and the number 2 does represent partnership and unions. But I see that we have the number 2 repeated here twice. So I am getting this message that possibly, like we were mentioning before, you're being presented with various offers. And I actually see these as 2 offers coming in for you guys from a King of Bows energy and a Queen of Swords energy. So the King of Bows or King of Wands is someone who is very action orientated, very passionate, someone who is extremely energetic, a natural leader. They can be optimistic, but it's not, I see it more as they're go-getters. They know what they want and they go for it. And this is an energy that can be quite stubborn or likes to prove people wrong. So if you tell this person that it's not possible, that fuels their fire even more, and they are even more determined to prove you wrong, to go for this thing that feels impossible to others. So when the King of Wands is not very aligned with their highest self, they can be a bit hot-tempered or controlling. Like I said, they are natural leaders, but when they are out of balance, they can tend to want to control others or control situations. And the King of Wands is also someone who is very, very confident in themselves. But again, when they're not very aligned with their highest self, they can be quite arrogant and hot-headed. They're not very mindful of others, and they don't take a lot of precautions, right? They can jump into things without seeing the dangers of it or the situation. They can also be very extremely seductive. They know how to be charming. They know the right thing to say. Because as you can see, we have a snake seducing this other snake out of this entanglement of snakes over here. So this is someone who is extremely charming. And then we do have the Queen of Swords here, and the Queen of Swords, like the King of Wands, very confident in themselves. They know what they want, and they don't hesitate to go for it as well. They're very blunt, they're very concise, they're very straightforward. If they like you, they'll tell you that they like you. If they're over you, they'll let you know. The Queen of Swords is also someone who is highly intelligent. They are an intellectual being. Usually the Queen of Swords represents someone who is divorced. So if you do know of someone who is around you, who's possibly interested in you, or you're interested in them, who is divorced, then this might be confirmation that this is their energy coming through. But this is someone who is very independent, very witty, and open-minded. Though I feel like this energy here in specific is very attached to their beliefs. Yeah, I know I said open-minded because that is usually what the Queen of Arrows represents, but I'm actually getting the opposite for this specific energy. I feel like this person believes they know what's right or believes they know what's true. And well, their truth is true to them, right? But it might not necessarily resonate with you, but they don't see it as that. Like they genuinely believe that they are always in the right, and I feel like it's very difficult for them to see other people's perspectives. Though I do feel like this person often tries to, but it's just very difficult for them to open themselves that way. And for that, they won't hesitate to let you know that you are in the wrong. If they see it as so, they will let you know. I feel like a very correcting energy coming from this Queen of Arrows. These might be two personas that will come in strongly, maybe pursue you in this month, in the month of May. But because we do have the closed book here, I feel like you will still be up in question whether you want to pursue a romantic relationship with any of these people. Maybe you decide to close a book with one of them or both of them. Maybe you decide that none of these are suited for you and you decide to wait on your person, on the person that matches you better, because I am getting this energy of not settling, right? Just because these people are offering you a cup doesn't mean that you have to take them, as we were seeing here with the Seven of Cups. So know that these are not the only offers you will be getting. I do feel like there are more offers coming in the future. So again, if you do not resonate with any of these two individuals here, then do not feel like you have to settle. Do not feel like you have to choose one or the other, okay? You can decide to say no to both of them. But if there is one that resonates more with you, that you do want to pursue a relationship with them, then I do see the possibility here. I do see beginning a new story with one of these. I'm not sure who you will choose because that depends on you, and this is a general reading. But we just want you to know that, again, you don't have to settle. Don't feel like you have to choose one or the other, because this is about realigning with your higher self and respecting yourself and showing respect to yourself in who you allow into your life. Like, I feel like our relationships can show us a lot about how we view ourselves. Who we choose to connect with, who we choose to align with can tell us a lot about how we see ourselves and what we feel we are deserving of, or where we feel we are in life. So that's what I'm getting here. For some of you, this might even be representing possibly your energy, this Queen of Swords, or it can be this King of Wands. This is like another interpretation, so this might just resonate with some of you. But if it's the case that you moved on from, be it this King of Wands or this Queen of Swords here, and they come back to offer you reconciliation, again, remember your worth. If you feel like this person has changed and if you want to reconnect with them, then by all means go ahead and do so. This is free will and you know what's best for you, okay? Always remember what's best for you. But again, if you feel like no, you don't want to go back into that, you don't want to give this person a second opportunity in terms to uniting with them, then know that is absolutely okay as well. That is in your right, and you can decide to simply close this story, this chapter of your life forever, and that is totally respected as well. Because I'm getting like a divorce energy or an energy of separation, and it might be the case that somebody might be coming back into your life in May that you had a very like difficult separation with, or breakup, or like I said, a divorce. So again, do what you feel is best for you, okay? And that will be respected. But now we are going to see which of these relationship dynamics will be highlighted in the month of May. Spirit, can you please show us what a yes looks like? Okay, so a yes is a side-to-side motion. Spirit, can you show us what a no looks like? And a no is a circular motion. Okay, so we're going to see, is the relationship with self going to be highlighted this month? Okay, Platonic, okay, no, and romantic. Oh, this one's at a standstill. Okay, so that's a yes. So we have these two will be highlighted in the month of May, which I feel makes sense. Yeah, because I feel like whatever you choose to do here will show you a lot in where you are in terms to your personal journey. Like what, as I mentioned before, this man here is carrying a cup. So I see you guys choosing from your multiple offers or finally making a decision. And we do have two people here, and I do feel like there's an energy of choosing. So it does make sense that these two will be highlighted. But now I'm going to pull out an oracle card for the relationship with self. And this is just to give more information of possibly the energy you will be exuding in the month. And we have Beaver, motivation. Oh my god, so cute. And it kind of reminds me, I don't know, does it give you like the same vibe? It reminds me of this Woodward. Yeah, with this Beaver, I all of a sudden got like this go-getter energy, like someone who has made up their mind, someone who has decided, someone who knows what they want and they're going for it. Beavers are very hardworking and they're very persistent. And I also feel like they're very goal-orientated. So as we had here in the back, this is about being motivated in terms to your personal goals, being motivated in terms to your self-growth, your self-improvement. And see how the beaver is kind of looking upwards? I'm seeing this sense of like hope and faith for the future, faith for this vision that you have, this vision of your future, a vision that you have created for yourself. So if the options that are offered to you in May are not to your liking, then be determined to receive what is in alignment for you in the future. Again, don't feel like you have to settle, because you saying no to these lets the universe know, okay, you know, they don't want this, let's offer them something different, let's upgrade. And that's the energy I'm getting here, like upgrading, wanting something better for yourself because you deserve it. And I don't know, just keep getting hope, especially with this blue here. Hope, faith, and trust. But we do have the message in the back that says, Beaver brings vision, creativity, and action to our lives. She encourages us to take inventory of our resources and work in harmony with others to achieve common goals. When Beaver arrives, it is time to work. Excuses are indefensible. Like water under the bridge, she prompts us to relinquish extraneous baggage and expose our limitations. Asking hard questions and motivating us to action, Beaver invites us to explore our differences, imagine our gifts, and commit to the journey. This is beautiful. Yeah, I feel like for most of you guys, you are letting go of the things that have been holding you back, relationships that have been holding you back or have been keeping you distracted from pursuing your goals. And actually, with this Eight of Bows here, it might be the case that you will be finding a community online, or a community, but maybe you will be working with them online or partnering up with people. I just keep getting online, but like partnering up with people to maybe move forward or begin a project. Yeah, because I definitely see you guys beginning something or choosing to begin something in the month of May. But I'm going to pull a card for this one to see who we will focus on in terms to romantic relationships for the month of May. Ooh, And we have the koala. So immediately when I looked at the koala, I thought of a clingy energy. Yeah. See how all this brown is here on its bottom? I'm feeling like a need for grounding for this individual here. I don't know why, but I thought of like masculine energy. I feel like this person's might be a little out of sync with their masculine energy, and this energy I associated with confidence, with knowing who you are, or just being more connected with your true self, and also about like stability and security. And because I was getting this clingy energy, there might be a lack of stability and security in this person's life, or within themselves. Because I do see pink here, but it's mixed with this murky brown. So I do feel like this person is genuinely very loving, very compassionate, very playful, but they might be a bit emotionally immature at this moment. I feel like there's just some confusion in terms to their emotions, their feelings, and in terms to what they want. Like, I feel like this person has an idea of what they want, but they're not really clear on it. So they might go back and forth at times, and it might even be the case that this person seeks others to help them figure out what they want in life or what's best for them. Because again, I feel like they're not very grounded, so they're not very sure in themselves, or they don't trust themselves fully. Yeah, I feel like this is someone who might need a lot of like caring for. So if you feel like this is representing one of these two individuals here, then this might give you some confirmation or idea as to what decisions you will be making. Yeah, but I'm going to look at the back of the card. We have Koala Wisdom. Koala gives us with sacred wisdom. Through his ability to climb high into the canopy, he encourages us to seek a broader vision of the universe. Above the fray, we are able to see distances far beyond the horizon. Sitting atop the trees, he speaks of interconnection and solidarity. In his presence, he beckons us to protect the memories of our many ancestors, honor our fragile ecosystem, and protect Mother Earth from our recklessness. Koala's wisdom calls upon us to uphold our fidelity. No, this word is popping out to me. So if this is representing someone who you had a very unpleasant separation or breakup with, and they're deciding to come back in the month of May, again, it's up to you whether you choose to reconcile with them or to permanently close this chapter of your life. But yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped or resonated. Please let me know if you're interested in me doing more of this type of reading for every month. As always, if you're pulled to do so, then please like, comment, or share this video. This helps support my channel. And of course, if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you are safe and well, and that you stay safe, okay? Yeah, so thank you, and until next moment, bye-bye.